And picture this, right? You're deep in the middle of an interesting IR case, right? You're deep in the middle of an interesting IR case. You crossed a lesion. You put a balloon up. You're out there looking for a stent, right? You and the tech are going through the back room looking for a stent. What's the last thing on your mind? The last thing on your mind is what should be the first thing on your mind. How the heck did that patient end up on your table that day? How did the patient get there? What was the referral that led to that patient being there? Because that is really the most important thing. That is really the only thing to really know. The procedure itself, thanks to the training, thanks to the techniques, you will be able to do it. You will be better than most people at doing it. But the real question is, how did that patient get on your table? And if you can't figure out the answer to that question, we will not be in any different place than we have been for the last 20, 30 years. We will essentially be no change. That's how we're going to make the next 20 to 30 years of this specialty different. We have to focus on the referrals. I see people doing this. I'm open to this now. My mind is open to this now. We need to focus on one thing and one thing only: attracting patients that need our services. We need to bring them into our sphere. We need them to know who we are. We need them to know that they may need an interventional radiologist, because interventional radiology does not exist in most people's consciousness. It is true. It is a hard truth to swallow, but it's true. We all know what a cardiologist is. Even if we've never seen a cardiologist, we just know that there's someone out there that can take care of our heart. We know what a surgeon is, and we know that there may be a surgeon that can cut on the blood vessels. We don't know anything about an interventional radiologist. That does not exist in our collective consciousness. We need to push it there. We need to push it there somehow, some way. There have been societal efforts to do this, and that has been written about since at least 2000 that I can think of, and I don't think that's the answer. This is going to be an individual effort. It's going to be every IR for themselves, unfortunately, and it is like that. You can see the people that are talking, that's who it is. They're individual IRs that saw this and just decided to create their own brand, their own image, their own OBL, maybe. And they basically decided that they're going to try to solve this problem on their own. And it has worked. There is success. To various degrees, there is success. There is a path forward. The status quo is going to be there. The status quo is what most people are going through. And honestly, there's nothing wrong with the status quo. I just had the status quo yesterday. I just had it. I had my share of it. I did my para, I did my IVC filter, I did my, I don't even forget now, maybe an FNA of the thyroid. So I had my status quo. What I should have been asking myself, how did that filter get on my table? Rather than being so happy to do it quickly and do it safely and do it perfectly right without any tilt, I should have been thinking, how did that filter end up on my table? How do we speak directly to patients and get them to know who we are, what we can do for them? That should be the only question on your mind right now, and that should be the first thing that we tackle right now or tomorrow, 8 o'clock in the morning. That should be the first thing we tackle. How do we get patients to know what is an interventional radiologist? And that's where I'm at right now. It's RoverMD.